right, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome. Good afternoon. A warm welcome to you. I trust all is well. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Great stuff. Great stuff. So yeah, let's get right into it. We've got Tanya, AV Trader, Tato, Jason, Peter. Welcome. All right. This is the 12 p.m. session. We had the first one earlier on. We went through some yen. So we're going to continue in this one. All right. All right. I think let's get it started. Yeah, no, definitely. It's freezing where I am right now. I'm in Joburg. It's freezing. Outside is just ridiculous. There's a cold front that is just insane. Yeah, it's freezing out here. But I hope you guys have your coffee, have your hot chocolate. I forgot to make myself some coffee. Damn. Ish. I can't now because it's gonna take a while. Yeah, but it's fun. But I hope you guys have some coffee. You are warm. So let's get right into it, guys. AV Trader, Kula Mokwena, welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, please subscribe. We are close to reaching 6,000 subscribers. We are now sitting on 5,990 subscribers, right? Almost there. Please subscribe, like, share. We are almost there, 6K subscribers, all right? So let's reach it before the end of today. Let's reach it. Let's go. Right. And also, if you guys want to sign up for a trading account, simple process, easy process. Our website is on the chat. That is tdmarkets.com. All right. Click on client, register as a client. All right. Register as a client. Simple process. We also do have education, but you need an account for that. Also, our crypto division. Right. If you guys want to also trade crypto directly from our exchange, TD Markets Exchange. Our website is tdmarkets.io. All right. And yeah, just follow us on all social media platforms. The link should be on the chat. And yeah, let's go. All right. So this morning we went over the. In fact, I showed you guys my watch list. All right, for the start of the week. I showed you guys my watch list for the start of the week. Let me just do this. Right. On my side, I'm focusing on the JPY, on the yen pairs, gold and silver, NASDAQ and US30. This is my watch list for the week so far. All right. In the morning session, we went over the JPY. If you missed the morning trading room, you can just go over that, right? You can just watch it. It's on YouTube. So for this session, we are gonna have a look at gold, the commodities and the indices. That's exactly what you're gonna have a look at. We're gonna have a look at gold, silver, NASDAQ and US30, right? I'm not really looking at the dollar this week. Yeah, I'm not feeling the dollar this week, but we're gonna do some analysis on that, right? But as for trading it, I don't think I'm gonna trade the dollar this week, unless of course it really calls my name. Tomorrow we've got the US CPI data. On Thursday we've got the US PPI data. So this week it's all about the US inflation data. All right. So we are gonna do a session. We are gonna do a live stream on the CPI tomorrow at 2 p.m. So just be on the lookout for that. right? 2 p.m. live on YouTube, the CPI session. All right. So currently do NASDAQ and JP. All right, we'll have a look at that. So to start the session, guys, I was going over the DXY. And this is how the DXY is looking. All right. This is how the DXY is looking. All right. I'm just going to go over the DXY, but this is the same analysis we did a couple of days ago. All right. So the DXY, this is the current structure on the DXY. All right. I'm looking at this structure, right? Obviously it's a bullish structure, and where DXY is exactly there. The question is on the daily time frame. The question is, are we creating a higher low? There's the question. You see how we broke structure, right? We created new structure, and then we've been coming down. So definitely this is a correction. So after this impulse here, we've got a correction. So we need one more leg towards the upside. So the question is, where the DXY is right now, is that a higher low? Is it creating the same higher low as before? Right? And we looked at the Fibonacci in the morning, and I just want to expand on that, right? Remember, with the Fibonacci, I gave you guys a tip. I told you guys to see how the previous corrections have been for you to know how the next correction is going to be. So if you look at the first correction here, and then you take your Fibonacci, you draw your Fibonacci, you will notice that the first higher low formed in between 50 and 61.8. That is the first higher low, between 50 and 61.8, right? And then price went up. So we've created new structure, price is correcting again. So for me, if the previous higher low formed around these zones, I would anticipate the next higher low to form around there. Or rather, let me put it this way. The higher low I would consider is going to be between 50, 61.8, since the first one was there. All right. So I want to show you this here. I'm gonna draw the Fibonacci again on this impulse, right? Draw Fibonacci on this impulse. So price is already reacting to that 50 and 61.8 zone. You see that? So the first one was there. The second one is already reacting from it. So what does this mean for me, right? I'm anticipating a higher low around this zone as per this, the behavior of this trend, right? I'm not guessing this, right? I'm going with the behavior of the trend. You see how it is? Yeah, so this is where the DXY is right now. I just want to zoom in here. Let me remove this. Yeah, so it seems like we may start pushing towards the upside from here. We may get a bit of dollar strength because we can see what is happening here, guys, right? We don't really have a demand zone, but what I see is let me just do this. All right, so we can definitely see that price has bounced from this low, right? That price has bounced from that low, and then it's pushing up, right? So this is the area in between 50 and 61.8. Now price has bounced the second time, so there's definitely pressure from the buyers now, right? There's pressure towards the upside. So I'm looking for price to break out of this, right? I'm looking for price to break out of this. As it is right now, it's still trading within the bearish structure, even though it's bouncing from the 61.8. The 50. But remember, we need confluence. All right? And we need multiple time frame or multi-time frame confluence as well. So now I want this to break out. Then for me, this would then signal to me that there's dollar strength at the moment. There's a bit of dollar strength, right? Just a bit of dollar strength. But as per this formation here, this structure, I needed to break out of this. Then that's when I would say, okay, there's some dollar strength in the market. All right. So this is where the DXY is right now. Right? Could this be our higher low? Well, it's on the 50 of the Fibonacci. It has not really changed the structure on the lower time frame, right? It hasn't really broken out of the current structure. So that is what is needed right now. Could it break this week? Could it break tomorrow? We'll just have to wait and see. But once it does that, then we can anticipate DXY to make a push towards the upside, which means dollar strength, which means there's dollar strength. All right. So this is basically what we're waiting for now, And first things first, I would anticipate the DXY before it even goes back to the previous structure. I would anticipate the DXY to go to 50, right? To that 50 Fibonacci there. In fact, this area between 50 and 61.8, I would anticipate the DXY to go there. So any break out of that would be the target I would look at. Which means if we look at gold, right? So this is what gold is doing. Gold rallied to the upside last week. It made a strong push towards the upside last week, and this is where it is right now, right? It's now trading around these zones here. Long term, I'm bullish on gold long term, right? My view is that we're going to end up going up on gold because we still have this structure there, right? Could this be the move? That is the question. Could this be the move? That's the question, right? We just need to wait for more confirmations of that. But at the moment, I'm not focused on that move as yet, but long term, this is my position. All right. So with the current price action we see right now, this is where gold is, right? Gold has gone back to this high. We can see that it broke above previous structure. We can all see what happened down here. In fact, price bounced from this low. Price bounced from that low, right? I thought price was going to go as low as this low here, right? I thought that price was going to go as low as that low, but it seems like at this point, it may not happen. So we have broken the structure. We are there, right? So if gold was to drop here, because I think right now it's a bit early. It's a bit early at the moment, right? This is the current daily candle. This is today's trading activity. We can see we've got a spike, and this is where the body of this candle is, right? So there are two things here. If gold was to drop there, then I would look for an opportunity back down to these areas. I would look for an opportunity back down to these areas here, this previously broken structure, right? If gold was to drop. Now, what would tell me that gold is now ready to drop? I want the daily candle to close as a rejection. So this daily candle right now, right, it's rejecting at the moment, but it has not closed. So I would want it to close with a wick towards the upside so that it gives me this, right? This is what price is rejecting. Price is rejecting all of this, all right? So if it closes with the wick towards the upside, then that is one of the signs that I'm going to take that gold is ready to drop. But if it closes as a bullish candlestick, then yeah, that means we're not ready to drop. All right. So it is trading on this high. It is trading on this high, rejecting this. So now I want this candle to close like this, right? Once it does that, then I'm going to look for a change of structure, right? I'm going to look for market structure shift on the lower time frames, because at this point you don't have any market structure shift, on at least the 1 hour time frame, maybe the 15 minutes, but the 1 hour we don't have that. So that is what would basically give me signs that gold is about to drop, right? So which means today I'm just gonna monitor gold. I'm not gonna do anything, just gonna monitor gold, and tomorrow we'll see, right? But at the same time, we do have CPI tomorrow, so CPI might mess up this. It might change and mess this up, so we'll have to wait and see, right? If you go to the lower time frame, you see on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we do have a demand zone on the 1 hour. Here's a demand zone right here. On the 1 hour, we do have a demand zone right there, right? We have an order block. So now my thought process is that if this candle closes like this at 12, it closes like this, because of this 1 hour order block, we may see price testing this order block before it goes down, right? We could see something like this. If you have your trend line drawn as such on the 1 hour, you see how we could get a possible bounce on the trend line together with the previous structure. So my thought process, looking at the daily candle, looking at the 1 hour structure and that supply zone, once that candlestick closes with the week, the market might just retrace, go to that, tap that supply zone, and then go down, right? And then perhaps give us something like this. This is just my thought process, unless it changes altogether, right? But this is what would confirm an entry for me. What would confirm an entry for me, right? So at the moment, I'm not looking for buys on gold. I'm looking for a sell. So if this high holds price, right? If this high holds price, then I'm looking for a drop, and I want the daily candle to close with that week, so that we get this possibility. Yeah, well, it doesn't have to touch the supply zone exactly, right? But my point is just give us a bit of a correction here, and then from there a breakout. That's basically my thought process here, right? If it breaks and drops from here, it might not do this, right? Which means we are then gonna look at we're then gonna get another scenario altogether. But with what we see right now, this would be the scenario I would go for, right? So yeah, so gold, I'm looking for a possible push, just a short-term move. I'm not expecting price to go all the way down, no. Just I want to trade this correction back down here, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna observe the daily candle to see how it closes, and then I will take it from there. Right? Let's see if this is not gonna change. If you look at silver, what time is the CPI? The CPI, our CPI session starts at 2 tomorrow, but the CPI report comes out at 2:30. So we are gonna start the live stream at 2, and the CPI report will come out at 2:30. All right. So when you look at silver, guys, right? Silver, I mentioned in the morning session that I'm anticipating a short-term sell on silver, right? Because of the structure we're seeing here, right? So with silver, long-term, I'm bullish on silver, long-term, right? I'm bullish on silver long-term up until that high there, right? But remember, this is a commodity. Silver is a commodity. So which means things need to shift and capital needs to flow back into the commodities, right? Meaning gold, the dollar has to be extremely weak. So money has to rotate from the dollar back to the commodities in order for us to get such a move, right? Because it's a big move. It's a very big move. So it might take a while for this to happen. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to take it one price action at a time, one piece at a time, right? So when you look at gold, when you look at silver right now, since we've broken this low, I just want to show you guys something, right? So when this low formed and price went up, you will notice the market broke this low here. And then price went up, right? It came back down. It broke that low here to create a new low. And then price went up. So look what happened. It broke that low. Now, looking at how price has behaved in the past, the question is, are we repeating the same thing here? These bullish waves we got there and here. Looking at the behavior of this formation, are we gonna get that? That is the question. That's the question. You see how it is? Are we gonna get that? Are we gonna go back to this resistance? Look at that. Are we gonna go back to this resistance? Because now my thought, my analysis would be we are gonna go up, right? And as we go up, we are going to react from this again. Price is going back to that again. That would be my view on gold, because overall the market is trading within this, right? We do have like a descending structure here, right? So any move towards the upside, this would be my outlook. All right. So let's go back. So you see what's happening here, guys. Before I continue, right? So what the market does is that the market poses questions. If you guys have noticed the movement you see in the market is doing one thing but to pose questions. Pose a lot of questions. And as a trader, you need to know how to answer these questions. So here's a question. We've got a question here. How do we answer this question? Look at how price has responded before. Right? How do we answer this question? Look at how price has responded before. That's how we answer the question. Number two, your trading plan will give you answers to these questions. That's why I always advocate on having a trading plan, because a trading plan is going to help you answer these questions. You see it? If you don't have a trading plan, stop trading right now, join the academy, and then we'll assist you with the trading plan, right? But if you do have a trading plan and your trading plan has gone over different market conditions, it has shown you the consistency, right? Then that's a good trading plan to have. But all you do is you learn to answer these questions, and with time you gain experience. All right, I'm not going to touch too much on that because we might run out of time. I still have to look at NASDAQ, right? I'm going to have a look at NASDAQ just now. So anyway, silver, right? So on silver, I've shown you guys my long-term view, but short-term, I'm looking for some sells short-term, right? I'm looking for some sells. My reason for some sells is since price has broken the previous structure, we can see that it has broken the previous structure. I'm anticipating that we're gonna get new structure at some point, and when we get that new structure, price will most likely correct before that, right? So just like market structure, when the previous high is broken, we're gonna get a new higher high, and price will correct. So now what I want to do is, while I'm waiting for buys, I want to sell the correction while I'm waiting for buys. So it's something like this. Something like this. I want to sell the correction while I'm looking for buys. Right? This is how the structure is here. Look at that. There. So the structure is already bullish. It is already bullish. All right. So the question is, are we going to get a new high where the market is? Is the market going to start correcting where it is? Well, at this point, it's a little bit early to say, to say that, because the daily candle has not closed, right? I would wait for the daily candle to close. So let me just go back. We come from this low. The market tapped this low one more time, and then it went up to create higher lows. So we have a higher low there. We've got the break of structure. We would anticipate another higher low. You see that? We would anticipate another higher low. So now there could be an opportunity here, another opportunity there. That's it, right? Obviously, for a swing trade, this would be a swing trade opportunity. And then this would be a short-term intraday opportunity, scalp opportunities. But I want to take both. I want to take a short, I want to take a long when it's ready. That is my plan. That is my plan for the commodities this week, possibly this month. So let's see, right? We don't have much information as yet. What I'm noticing is there is MACD divergence. There is MACD divergence on the 1 hour. So price is creating higher highs, but now the MACD is diverging. MACD is creating lower highs, right? Sorry, not lower highs, but it's creating, lower highs, basically. So definitely there's some profit taking that's happening. The momentum is slowing down. The momentum is slowing down. It's something like this. You can also use the RSI, guys, right? The RSI also works. You see what happened here? When price was going up, the MACD started to go down, but price was busy going up. So what I'm saying is, when this happens, we normally get a reversal. All right. So I'm watching out for that reversal here. I know for a fact that RSI also, there is divergence on RSI. I'm looking for a reversal as well. So this is confluence. We are seeing confluence here, right? Is it ready to drop? I don't think it's ready to go down. I don't think gold and silver are going to be ready today, right? I don't think they're going to be ready today. I think we need to give it one more day. Silver, this is how it's looking. Let's give it one more day, and then we'll come back and just see. Whoa, where are we? Yeah, and then we'll come back, right? There's also a demand zone as well. We also have, supply zone as well. All right. So I think I'm going to give silver and gold one more day. Right? This is how you plan around the trade, guys. You plan around the trade. You try to manage yourself and your expectations as a trader, right? You plan around the trade and then you wait. But it's important that you know exactly what you're looking for. All right. So this is where we are right now, gold and silver. Now going back to the DXY, if the DXY manages to break above, then we're likely going to see gold and silver drop a little bit, right? It's not going to be a long-term drop. I don't think it's going to be a long-term drop. just a drop with trading. All right. And as we look at, definitely. That's what I said, right? So the CPI tomorrow might change this. That's why I want to give it a day, right? So in terms of the dollar, guys, the CPI might change the direction or may not. If it changes the direction, we're going to come back and reanalyze. But if it doesn't, then you guys know what I'm anticipating, right? So there's that possibility that it might change. Cool stuff. Now, going to the commodities, guys, going to the indices. Remember, we've been talking about NASDAQ and US 30, right? I gave you guys my view on NASDAQ and US 30. I've been swinging NASDAQ and swinging US 30, right? Now, remember, look at what NASDAQ has been doing. It has been going up, right? So if you want to swing NASDAQ, good swings are going to be movements like this. That's a good swing. You see that? A move like this, a good swing. And also this one, a good swing. Right? So that's what NASDAQ has been doing. So it has been in a bullish structure. It seems like the correction is complete. It seems like this correction is done, right? Unless it proves us otherwise. But NASDAQ is bullish at the moment. It's trading within the impulse of the weekly time frame structure, which is bullish. So therefore the impulse phase is bullish. We are within the impulse phase, right? Now, there's a possibility, according to this formation, there's a possibility that we may get one more move down before it goes up. There's a possibility we may get this, right? You see, as it is right now, if you look at this formation is complete, like this. This formation is complete. Why? Because we already have the two lows. So from here on, price should be doing this from here on. All right. However, if you understand these Elliott wave corrective structures, you would know that there's an expansion that could give us another low before price does this. Right? This is based on the Elliott wave concept and theory. Right? You don't have to stress about it. All right? So as it is right now, the formation is done unless it expands. So which means the focus here would be looking for this up until we get to this high or up until we break this high. That would be the focus. All right, hope it makes sense. So let's see where price is right now. Obviously, price is going up. I just wanna, let me do this. Yeah, so I'm on the daily time frame right now. Okay, so according to the daily time frame, there is still pressure towards the upside, right? From what I see, the trend is already bullish. The trend is already bullish. And then we have this. So at the moment, you see where the market is reacting from. Is reacting from this high at the moment, right? So from this low, which completes this entire formation, we are trading within a bullish impulsive phase right now, which means there's momentum towards the upside. And now, the structure is already bullish. We can see it's creating higher highs and higher lows. Where the market is right now is reacting from this resistance here, which is normal, right? So what you would want is you would want price to break out of this resistance. You would want price to break out of this resistance, all right? And then to look for your setups. So it's normal for price to do this But because of where price is coming from, this would not be my focus, right? It would not be my focus. My focus would be looking for buy opportunity. So any buy setup I get, I would go for it. I would simply go for it. You see how it is? So yeah, so this is where it is. Let me have a look at. Yeah, I think waiting for a break would be a good plan. Waiting for the break. There could be a retest, right? So waiting for the break, retest could be a solid plan on this. This would be a very simple one. Something similar to this, right? Getting a break, a retest. There would have been a buy opportunity though here. So break, retest, look for your higher low, look for a buy opportunity there, right? I think the next opportunity I would look for would be this, exactly this. Break. Once I get a retest, I would look for my buy setups down here and then go. You see how it is? So yeah, so Nasdaq has resumed unless it does this, guys, unless it gives us one more push down, right? Before it does this, because that's a possibility. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you see right now we have these two lows, right? So what I'm saying is, according to these two lows, the pattern is done according to these two lows. If it doesn't expand itself or extend itself, price should go up. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. I remember this. So we have this first low and this second low, right? So what I'm showing you is exactly what's happening right now. So from here, price should be doing this. Why? Because this pattern is complete. This pattern is complete. But now what happened with this one is that it extended itself. So it came back down once again to give us low number 3, right? And then from low number 3, that's when this happened. But on low number 2, when low number 2 formed, this would have been your direction. Up until we get where? Up until we get to this high. That would have been your direction. So your focus would have been looking for buys. But now if it does this, then you would have known that it's coming back for low number 3. For as long as it does not break out of this, for as long as it doesn't break out of this, we're still gonna go up. So here we had low number 3. There was an expansion of this or an extension of this. So price went, from there it went up. Yeah. So this could happen here. This could happen here. Could happen here. But you know what's the nice thing about this is, if it goes down one more time, you and I will be waiting for Nasdaq down here. We would be waiting down here. It's coming to us. It's coming to us. So if it does that, look, we are chilling, waiting down here. And then we want to kill it all the way up from here. If it does that, you plan, you wait, you execute. That's it. As simple as that. Does it make sense, guys? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Let me see. How many are we in the session now? I hope it makes sense. We've got 35 watching us live. Makes sense, yeah? Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. All right. Yeah. So for now, we are watching out for this. If it changes, we will discuss the changes in the session. But for now, waiting for the break, retest of this, and then a continuation up. A continuation up. All right. That's it. That's it. These things repeat themselves over and over again. What you see right now is nothing new. right? It's formations that repeat over and over and over and over again. All you gotta do is to recognize and answer these questions, right? And answer these questions. All right. Let's go to US 30. Now, US 30, the same thing. I've been swinging this, right? US 30 is also bullish, right? We can see how strong this is. So the swings are these movements here. That's where the swings are. And then these ones are just, I would say, short term, right? But the swings are these ones. So there's nothing much on US 30 except the following. We have broken the previous structure here, and then you can see that we've created new structure. All right. So at the moment, US 30 has gone into a correction. It has gone into a corrective phase. All right. It has gone into a corrective phase. So with US 30, we just need to wait a little bit. It's correcting. The correction at the moment, for me, it has not done much. Let's see. Yeah, this correction, it doesn't seem like this correction is done. It seems like it's still gonna come back down one more time. It seems like it's still gonna come back down one more time. All right. Yeah, seems like still gonna come back down one more time, so we just need to wait a little bit. So the swings on US 30 are definitely towards the upside. So if you wanna swing this, you would want to swing this move. If you wanna short-term trade this, it would be within the correction, right? Like for instance, short-term sell it back down to a structure like this, or even a structure like this. You can see that we have a bit of structure here like this, right? So any short-term sells would be back to the structure, right? So yeah, this price action is a mess. Let me just yeah, this price action is a mess at the moment. Yeah, nothing much is happening on US 30 at the moment, except price squeezing, except structure squeezing price, right? So at the moment, we've got a squeeze that is happening now. There's a squeeze that's happening right now. All right, so yeah, I don't think you're gonna get anything solid on Nasdaq unless we look at the lower time frames, right? But I don't think we're gonna get anything solid. Anything solid that could happen would be a move up, right? Just an intraday trade. Anything solid, because what I'm seeing here is we're already creating higher lows here. So it seems like there's a bit of pressure towards the upside. And since the market is trading within the market structure like this, right, that is squeezing price, the next movement would be back to the top. We've got a symmetrical formation, right? We come from the low, so there's a higher chance that you're gonna go up to the high. So anything solid would be a trade on like your minute time frames, your minute time frames, where you would get a setup. where you would get a setup. Yeah. Anything. So I'm not gonna do anything on US 30 as yet. All right, but anything solid would be towards the upside. So just wait for your setups. We have formed a higher low. We have broken out of this consolidation there. So any continuation would give us one more push up. On the 1 hour, there's nothing solid on the 1 hour. Yeah, just this. Yeah, let's see. Let's give it more, a few more hours to see actually what's going to happen. Let's give it a few more hours. This price action is squeezed. Let's give it a few more hours. All right. But NASDAQ is clear. It's straightforward one. US 30 is squeezing right now. Right. For me to look for a buy, to continue this, right? I would want US 30, whatever it does, I would want US 30 to come back down one more time so that I get this possibility. Right? If I can get this possibility, then I would definitely be able to recognize this and I would know where the entry is going to be. Right? So at the moment, it might still be building this, creating this, but we don't have this possibility as yet, right? Like something like this. There we go, right? So we don't have that as yet. So what do? We wait a little bit. But yeah, I would want it to come back down one more time for that possibility. So boom, you know where the next opportunity is. All right. But yeah, I think intraday, we could be going back to that high. Or possibly this high, there, something like this, right? And then if it drops from here, then that's when we're gonna get this possibility, so that we can see this. All right, but let's see what's gonna happen. All right, yeah. So there could be something this week for NASDAQ and US 30. Definitely this week, there could be something for NASDAQ and US 30. All right. 100%. I like the concept, plan, wait, execute. Yeah, that's basically how it is. Right? Before we get to pound yen, your job as a trader, well, not your job, but the most work happens during the analysis. That is the most work, right? Executing a position, putting your stop losses and all of that, it's little work, but the most work happens during the analysis. And once you have your analysis, once you've got your plan, all you gotta do is to follow your plan until the time you execute, and then you wait, right? You plan, you wait. When the execution is right, you go in, right? You put your exits. Then your job is done. Then all you gotta do now is to manage, right? All you gotta do is to manage. All right. So let's go back to pound yen. We spoke about pound yen earlier on, but let's just go back to it. So with the yen, guys, right? With the yen, like I said in the morning, with the yen, I'm looking to sell the yen, right? I'm looking to sell the yen. That massive drop we saw on all the yen pairs did not shift the structure, did not change the structure and all of that, right? So when you look at pound yen as an example, pound yen, even when the market sold off, this sell off did not change the structure. The structure is still bullish, all right? So therefore, I'm still watching out for a buy. on GBP JPY, right? I've already done the analysis in the morning. So to get the full breakdown, please refer to the morning session. But we have a higher low here. You see our price never broke that low. We've got a higher low. Definitely there was some liquidity down here. Looking at how sharply price went up, there was some liquidity down here, right? So we sweep that liquidity. Now price is starting to create, or has started to create, a bullish structure. Very simple. All we need here is a correction and a continuation of the move up, right? A correction and a continuation of the move up. You see that? Because now we are within the bullish structure. So that never happened. That never changed. There could be a correction. Seems like we're going to get a correction now shortly. And for people that trade the lower time frames, you are definitely going to get a sell. Like if you trade the 5-minute time frames, definitely there's going to be a sell. Definitely. Right? Let me do this. Yeah, definitely there's going to be a sell. So it seems like we have a lower high here. We've got a lower high. This is the previous low, right? So according to this intraday structure, we are coming back to this low according to this intraday structure, which is about 10 pips, 15 pips, right? We are coming back to that low. So this would be the short I'm talking about. It could still break out of this and go down, right? So this would be the short I'm talking about here. So people who trade lower time frames, the minute time frames, there is your opportunity. There, right? So I'm waiting for a continuation of the structure. I'm waiting for the continuation of the bigger structure. So yeah, so we could be getting one more push back down to this low. Back down to this low. Just a quick move down. All right. Yeah, so GBP JPY from the higher degree to the lower degree, from the higher time frames to the lower time frames, this is how it's looking. All right. So that's pound yen. Could you please check pound CAD? Now let's have a look at pound CAD. All right, let's have a look at pound CAD. So with pound CAD, let's see if we can identify structure. If we can identify market structure, then we'll get our direction. That's the first thing, right? If you can identify market structure, then you're going to get your direction. And the market structure I see let me go back to the weekly. So the weekly cycle is complete. The weekly cycle is done and complete. So it seems like we are getting a new structure on the lower time frames, which is bearish. So the bullish structure is done. Seems like the focus now is on this structure here. This is our structure here. All right. Just a second, guys. Let me see. Yeah, pound CAD is bearish at the moment. Pound CAD is bearish at the moment. So we have this lower high that formed there, right? So there is bearish structure at the moment. You've got some bearish structure at the moment. So it seems like yeah, seems like it's coming back down to this low. So according to the structure, seems like excuse me, we're coming back down to this low. Whew. Yeah, no. Yeah, so I'm on the, let me look, the 4 hour, the 8 hour. I'm not sure when this 8 hour candle is gonna close. Let me see. But what I see here is once this candle closes, breaking the structure, we're gonna get a continuation down. Right, this current candle, once it breaks down, it closes below this zone. Seems like we're gonna get a continuation. So this could be a trade. This could be a good trade actually. Some downside. Let me do this. 38.2. Okay, so what I see with CAD, with pound CAD, it seems like, you know, there's pressure towards the downside. We can see by the change of the structure. So the weekly time frame structure is done, is complete. All right. So right now we are within what I would say an intra-week, if there's something of that sort, an intra-week, intra-day structure. So if we focus on this structure without the bigger structure, this structure here is bearish. We've already formed a lower high here. I can see with the Fibonacci, we've rejected the 61.8. So right now, this week, the second week, this one is rejecting the 38.2. right? 38.2. So definitely there was a bit of divergence there. Price went down, creating new structure. So this is now the trend. This is the trend here. That is the trend. All right. So yeah, so I would look for some shorts. The 4 hour candle, 8 hour candle to close as a breakout. And then I would look to take this down. So yeah, I'm going to wait for this, you know, for any candle for that matter. It might not be this one, but for any candle that breaks below this zone, then yeah, I would look for a bit of a move towards the downside. So this is what the current candle is doing. Yeah, so CAD, yeah, pound CAD looks bearish. All right. Great stuff. So guys, this is how things are looking at the moment. So we went over the commodities. We are looking at gold and silver, right? You guys know my thoughts on this one. And then the pound, NASDAQ US 30, right? NASDAQ US 30. Yo, look at what happened. So it just flew. US 30 just flew. Boom, there. Yeah, US 30 just flew there. So that's where we are right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just wait a little bit on US 30, right? I'm bullish overall. Just gonna wait a little bit. So US 30, NASDAQ. And the commodities. All right. Commodities. There we go. So this is how things are looking, guys. Opportunities are developing. Things are brewing. They're developing. Tomorrow we've got CPI. Don't worry, but things are brewing, right? CPI or not CPI. There is going to be some good trading opportunities. All right. So yeah, so this how things are looking. We'll come back again later to see, all right, what's happening. So we're going to do this again at 3. So I'll catch you guys at 3. All right. Cheers. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you guys at 3.